All right, everyone, welcome in. We'll be doing a Ffpc Big Gorilla draft tonight. Draft starts in about 36 minutes, waiting on my co-manager, John, to join. In the meantime, I figured I'd give you guys a quick rundown of some of the offline drafts that I've done and some of the various tournaments that have come out. Definitely been some good ones recently. Let's start with the Rottweiler draft I did. I really like this tournament format. It was this was a $25 entry, 2 out of 12, 1 out of 5, 1 out of 5 advancement, and then it's a 30 seat final for 25K. So we can check the draft here. Draft this out of the 106. Got a little bit of that Achane fall. Some of the people worried about him. His calf injury. Started Jefferson Achane. Grabbed Tet in the third. KW3. Did Ridley and Debo. Followed that up with Tyrone Tracy. TJ Hawkinson. Got a nice slide on TJ. Did Rashid Shaheed. McCarthy to go with Hawk and Jefferson. Falling Ayuk. Bryce Young to go with Tet. Tua to go with Achane. With this being 2 out of 12, want to make sure we have 3 quarterbacks. Raise the floor for advancement. Shipley, Mitchell, Coker to go with Young. Harold Fannin and Brashard Smith. So I like this team a lot. It's a strong team. If I'm hoping I get a team to make it to the finals, it would be this team, just because the finals is so small with such a large chance at a huge payout. Let me rename this team. Right. What else did we draft? The Pitbulls a while ago. Pug. Yes, we did do one Pug too. Also drafted this one from the... wait, what? There we go. All right. Draft this from the 102. Start off with... let me open up the draft board. We started 3 straight receivers, CD, T. Higgins, Ladd McConkey. Grabbed Kenneth Walker, paired on with RJ Harvey. Jerry Jeudy, Jordan Mason, Dak to go with CD. Grabbed Luther Burden, a little bit of reach on Burden. Herbert to go with McConkey, Williams to go with Burden. So we have all 3 QBs stacked up with top receiving options. Blue fits into that Dallas stack. Grabbed my first tight end in Strange. Did Thornton, added Shipley, Io Manor, Harold Fannin, and Brashard Smith. As you can see, 2 drafts in a row with those 2 guys. Big fan of the both of them. This one was a $12 draft. I believe this was 2 out of 12, 1 out of 10, 1 out of 10 advancement. So a little tougher. Right. I believe this Golden's pretty old. These Dachshunds are old, I believe. Puppies are old. It's the original puppy. We do have some offline ones. Schnauzers are quite old. Some Dalmatians. Alright, we do have these puppy 3 teams to go over. You know what? Let's cover. Actually, let's just do the BBM team that we drafted. should be good for now. Check the draft board on this one. We drafted this one from the 103. I drafted this one while running for the cardio club. We started off with CeeDee Lamb. Got into it, ripped 3 straight running backs: Jacobs, Hampton, Kenneth Walker. Then followed that up with 3 receivers: Waddle, Samuel, Judy. Wanted to grab a share of Tyler Warren with the Daniel Jones news. Dak to go with CD. Another Burden share. Kraft as our tight end 2. We did Tua with Waddle. Grabbed Dobbs, Wan'Dale Robinson, Hollywood Brown. This was a big slide on Hollywood Brown. I think we got him, almost 30 spots after ADP. We couldn't really pass up him there. Then we did Sean Tucker, Taj Brooks, and Adonai Mitchell to end the draft. I felt kind of ripping 3 running backs in the first 4 rounds. We kind of wanted to just overdraft receivers, really make sure we're good with 9. So I do like this team quite a bit. All right. So there's that one. Let's cover this Puppy 2 team that we drafted. Is this Puppy? Super. This is okay. We were doing Puppy 3s. That's what we were doing. All right. How many of these do we have to cover? 8. All right, I'll rapid fire these ones real quick. Drafted this from the 108. We did Nico Collins with Brock Bowers. Grabbed Tet McMillan and JMO. Threw in RJ Harvey, Matthew Golden, Jordan Mason. Josh Downs, Zach Charbonnet, Cam Scatabo, CJ Stroud to go with Nico. Bryce Young to go with Tet. We grabbed Bill at 137. Wan'Dale Richardson. The news has not broken our way on Richardson, but, such is life. Woody Marks, Dalton Schultz to go with the Texans stuff, and then last round, Kevontae Turpin. So I do like this team. All right, next one, we drafted this from the 110. QBs are Purdy, Lawrence. Running backs are Ashton Jeanty, Derrick Henry, Jalen Warren, Bill at 154. Braylon Allen. Then we did Mike Evans, George Pickens, Jalen Waddle, Travis Hunter, Jaden Reed, Brandon Ayuk, Torrey Horton, Alec Io Minor, and then Ferguson, Jonnu, and Fannin. So we got Purdy with Ayuk. Then we did Trevor Lawrence with Travis Hunter. Another very solid team. This one we drafted from the 5 spot. Started with Jaden Daniels, Dak Prescott, Jonathan Taylor, Marion Hampton, Isaiah Pacheco, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt at 140 again. Ollie Gordon. Wide receivers are CeeDee Lamb, Calvin Ridley, Ricky Pearsall, Rashid Shaheed, Christian Kirk, Romeo Doubs, Dante Thornton, Jalen Coker. Our tight ends are Hawkinson, Ertz, and Fannin. As you can see, we were trying to get Fannin and Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt on as many teams as possible, while their prices were still pretty subdued. Next team here, CJ Stroud and Tua, Jordan Mason, J.K. Dobbins, Zach Charbonnet, Cam Scatabo, another Bill share, Ollie Gordon, Woody Marks, Nico Collins, A.J. Brown, Mike Evans, Jack Smith and Jigma, Jalen Waddle, Matthew Golden. Tight ends are Jake Ferguson, Harold Fan, Dalton Schultz. So this was a traditional kind of 0 RB team. 3-7-6-2 build, a 2-7-6-3 build. We started 6 straight receivers for drafting Mason, so kind of more of the traditional 0 RB. Felt pretty good where we were at receiver, and just really wanted to hammer in as many dart throws at running back as we could. Next team, elite QB team, Josh Allen, Jordan Love, Jonathan Taylor, Kenneth Walker, Jalen Warren, another Bill share, Ollie Gordon, Sean Tucker. Drafted this one, did Jefferson at the 3. Came back, grabbed Waddle, Jacoby Myers, Jaden Reed, Rashid Shaheed, Romeo Doubs, Jalen Coker, Adonai Mitchell, Tucker Kraft, and Jake Ferguson. We got Love with Reed and Dobbs and Kraft. Naked Josh Allen. But again, getting some of these guys that we were eager to kind of get in before their prices were able to really rise. This team, drafted this with nice 101 share. We got Chase, so started Drake May, Jared Goff, Bucky Irving, Amarian Hampton. I have a ton of Bucky, so notable. Amarian Hampton, Bashal Tootin, Jaden Blue, Taj Brooks, Blake Corum, Jamar, Jamo, Waddle, Olave, Jacoby Myers, Darnell Mooney, Luther Burden, and then we got Chiga Konkpu, Johnny Smith, Harold Fannin. Again, trying to get those Fannin shares up. This one, QB at Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy, Tua, so 3 QB build. Jonathan Taylor, Kenneth Walker, Caleb Johnson, Jaden Blue, Ollie Gordon. CeeDee Lamb, T. Higgins, Jalen Waddle, Jordan Addison, Luther Burden, Brandon Ayuk, Kavontae Turpin, Brent Strange, Zach Ertz, Harold Fannin. So we did Dak with CD and Turpin, Ayuk with Purdy, 2-0 with Waddle, 3 shots at tight end, rookie upside, kind of vet early season production, wild card and Strange, kind of like an optimal like punt tight end room, I think. All right, last one here. Brock Purdy, Trevor Lawrence, Jonathan Taylor, Tony Pollard, Caleb Johnson, Isaac Guerrero, Ollie Gordon, Sean Tucker. CeeDee Lamb, JSN, Cortland Sutton, Travis Hunter, Brandon Ayuk, Christian Kirk, Pat Bryant, Adonai Mitchell, and then Njoku and Strange. So we got T-Law with Travis Hunter and Brent Strange. Purdy with Guerrero, tough on the news. Brandon Ayuk. This is an okay team. Obviously, the Guerrero news has not broken our way, so... So, all right, I think that will conclude the underdog portion of the draft now. So, draft starting in 22 minutes for FFPC. I do want to pull up another window here just to get a little more familiar with the format. I mean, I'm familiar with the format, but I still would like to go over it. So basically what has to happen is this is the advanced structure. It's a little different from regular fantasy football. Drafted a lobby of 12. You compete head-to-head with those 12 teams. It's a 4-team playoff starting in week 12. After week 12, I should say, starting week 13. The way the seeding works is the team with the best record is the first seed. The team with the highest point total is the second seed. Third seed is the remaining team with the best season record. The fourth seed is the remaining team with the highest point total. So basically, number 1 record, number 1 points. Number 2 record, number 2 points. The top 2 seeds, so best record, best points, automatically go to the playoffs, to the larger playoffs. And then the other 2 teams would have to win the playoffs to qualify. And then basically the championship round is weeks 15 through 17. It is a cumulative point total from then on. You take your weekly point average from the whole season of weeks 1 through 14. That'll get it to your points in week 15, your points in week 16, your points in week 17, and the most points will win the money, all of the money. There is fab bidding for waivers. Starting lineup is 1 QB, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 2 flex, 1 kicker, 1 defense, and this is tight end premium. Let's check the prizes. Very fun option here if we do end up winning the league playoff. We could get our choice of $1,500 cash, free entry into the Ffpc main event next year, which is $2,200, or 5 free entries into the Big Gorilla next year. There's a nice regular season point total there, leaders. And then first place is $1 million, second place is $150,000, third place $50,000. So very, very top heavy tournament. But obviously still very nice if you finish top 80 in the sprint. You get the same kind of payout as winning the league, which is nice. So you could kind of double dip. Cool. So we still got 15 minutes here. Yo, what's up, John? Oh, there we go. Now I can hear you. All right, so you can see my screen, right? Okay, cool. You could pull up the draft as well if you just want to have it open in case I can't get to a pig in time or something. So. Okay, sure. I'll keep the draft board open on the main screen here, but I have the actual like draft applet open on my other screen so we can set the queue in case any of these guys want to stroll in the stream and see what we got cooking in the queue. They won't be able to. Is that for like FFP? Is that FFP specific scoring? Okay, interesting. Because like some of these guys are just like, do they have a sorted by ADP? Yeah, they do. Like I was looking through the 80 because I think if you look at FFPC's website, they do like a rolling ADP, so it's only from the last 3 days, which I like better than Underdog's like full summer ADP. Like Keaton Mitchell's going ahead of Trevor Lawrence and yeah, yeah. I mean, what's do we just go to Lamb if that's the case? Do you have any other? Okay. I don't feel strongly like if you're like as long as it's not Barkley, I really don't care if you were like I think it should be Gibbs. I'm like, okay. Yeah. I think I was looking through so we'll be back up at 22 and 27, but I think the names are fine. It's more so like when we're back up at 46 and 51, it might get pretty ugly. Like if we'll need someone to fall, like Tet or Worthy or someone, or else like I don't know. I mean, I like Pickens should make it to us, but yeah, for the sprint purposes, like if we make it there, I think it's fine. But like we're just week to week and head to head when you need to stack up like wins versus another team, it's like I don't know. I just think these are such bad prices on like Laporte and Hawkinson. You're just giving back so much value. Like if you miss out on the top two guys, like what's the difference between Laporte and Hawkinson and Tucker Craft 30, 40 picks later? Yeah, I'm like I'm all in on Kraft and Golden. I just think the other guys are just kind of like whatever. We should be able to grab Golden. I think we'll be back. Yeah, we pick at 70 75. So if it's even like, if we didn't want to take the risk and just take them at 70, like Yeah. Yeah. You could definitely tell with this ADP, like these are kind of like boomer-ish lobbies a little bit. Like Aaron Jones in the 70s, like I can't get behind that. I mean, I get it. Like I'm out there. Yeah, I mean, but like good athlete on a good offense, like sure, I get it, but it's like this is too much. Uh he's at 153 right now, right after Justin Herbert and Goff. Ahead of Lawrence and Stroud, like I'm ahead of Love. I mean, like I get it, you want to be aggressive on that, like because if he is, I don't know, if you call it if he's like 60% of what Mostert was Achan's rookie year, like you're smashing. Yeah, yeah. I do think like Gordon being good is probably like great for Devon Achan. Yes. Yeah. 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 I agree. I mean, like I don't think Quinshon Judkins is going to play. And are you like I mean, realistically, how many touches can Jerome Ford, you know, before the teams like yeah. And a lot of smart people are like were very in on Samson's like prospect profile. Yeah. I remember before the Judkins stuff, like way before like the legal stuff even came out, like super early, Siegel was talking about like how like the gap between Judkins and Samson is like a lot closer than the actual 3 rounds of draft capital between them. Like he was talking back then, like it wouldn't be the most shocking thing if like he's yeah he's on stuff so early. Yeah, so it's like sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so funny because he does talk and like not hyperbolics, but he is a little he does exaggerate a little bit, but it's like he does get a lot right. Yeah, he said something the other day on like Pete's stream where he kind of just slipped it in. He said something along the lines of like, Keaton Mitchell's like the best running back in the NFL. And it's just like, okay, like, I'll I'll take your word for it. Yeah, he just broke off some big runs. Yeah. Here's the commissioner's number in case anything happens in the lobby. I wonder how many drafts these commissioners have to monitor at a single time. Uh I think that was two years ago when they had Taysom Hill listed as a tight end all summer, and then essentially once drafts stopped, yeah, switch it to QB. So he lost his tight end eligibility. 95% of the tournament had been drafted or something. Sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. But it was electric every time he touched the ball. Um, if you, and then you might have to refresh it. Like if I add somebody to the queue, you might just have to hit a quick refresh to see it. I don't know how quickly they update. Like if you add one or if I add one. All right, about a minute left here. I put them in the queue already, so you might just have to refresh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously I would prefer Bowers, but you could. I don't have a strong preference on one or the other. Like Gibbs probably like opens up a lot for us because we're not really like tethered to catching up at anything. But like tight end premium, you just take Bowers. I think Bowers is like his reception number was the same as Drake London. They were both like top 10 in like projected receptions. So getting a point and a half for that every time, like, I don't care at all. Yeah, yeah. And it's like, okay, put Mayer on the field, line Bowers up at, wide receiver. It's like, yeah. All right, here we go. All right. Yeah, well, you got to click on the name, and it'll show up at the top who you want. This guy gonna take the whole clock for his second overall pick. Yeah. All right, here goes Bijan. All right, let's go ahead and draft Brock Bowers. Yeah. Yeah, and there's just no guarantee the guy at 4 or 5 won't take him. Even if we did have the 6th pick, and then it's like, okay, whatever. But doing one FFPC draft, I want it to be a Bowers team. I'm gonna take these guys. Yeah, it takes a while for the thing. I'll toss some names in here. I mean, whatever. No one's viewing the stream. I'm not gonna like sit here and talk in code. But like Jonathan Taylor, you know, like we'll get. Yeah, the only thing is if we don't go double, like if we take someone like a non-running back in the 3rd, yeah, and then it's like, is T. Higgins a better pick than Amarian Hampton? Yeah, because like 4 through 7 is going to be all receivers. Like, there's not going to be any running backs that were like fist pumping it, you know. Yeah. Like I mean I wouldn't mind like Pollard. Oh, Pollard go okay, never mind. We pick at 70. Pollard's ADP in here is 64. Yeah. Probably. But okay, but like when we do, yeah, yeah. But when we come back at 70, like the names on the board are like Montgomery, Aaron Jones. So like we've already hit the dead point of the draft before we get to round 7. So yes, I mean you can. Oh yeah, no. Kyron, I would be totally out on. I'd switch gears to something else. I don't really care. Don't get Allen out of the queue. Yeah. Yeah, and I think like I want Golden pretty badly on this team just because I think like it's such a strong bet. I think like I mean it's the Brian Thomas bet from last year. Yeah, yeah. St. Brown in London over Collins. I don't think I would ever be able to get there. This guy gets Neighbors Collins start. That's pretty sick. I mean, it's gonna be like a ton of points. Like you're gonna get a ton of PPR points from those guys, but Yeah, I don't think so either. Well, I think like when you're playing in like these, yeah, when you're playing in these top heavy tournaments, you want a receiver who has that profile of like he can hit a 70-yard touchdown two times a game. You know what I mean? And like just Amon just doesn't fit. Like Amon's gonna get you like yeah, Amon's gonna get you your 10 for you know 10 for 100 and a touchdown, which is like great. But yeah, I want guys who are like who can really just go. I mean that would be that would be really sick. But I'm not gonna. I don't want to set myself up for disappointment. Ah, there he goes. Gretch and Siegel were going over. Oh, go ahead. I would take JT. I don't think I would do Jacobs if AJ Brown came back to us at 3-3. Yeah, I think yeah he goes here. So yeah, I think this is JT or AJ Brown, and then we just take whichever running back makes it back to us. Or do you think we just take Jacobs and all right, I think we take JT here. Lad just went. Okay. Yeah, let's go JT. It actually kind of I don't want to say it hurt. Yeah, he just went. I don't want to say it hurt us that McConkey went here, but it would have been nice if he went after us. It kind of de-incentivizes one of those guys from taking Hampton. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I Hampton goes okay. So like I think it would have to be T Higgins, Kenneth Walker, or if you feel I don't yeah I don't want to do Henderson in the third. I just can't get behind that. All right, Kittle goes. We're on the clock. Who just went? All right, Jacobs. All right. Yeah, I like that a lot. That's pretty sick. Yeah, that's pretty sick. Yeah, I mean that just frees us up so much to just I mean, yeah, I don't know. They He's 31. You know, like all of these, like Saquon has 470 touches last year. Like all of these guys have. Wow, James Cook at the 3-4. That's so bad. It's so bad. I mean, I don't want to talk shit about this guy's team, but it's like that's just bad. Have you looked at the prize structure at all for this tournament? It's pretty good for just winning your league playoffs. You get to choose between 1,500 cash, a free main event entry, or 5 big gorilla entries next year. It's pretty nice, yeah. Yeah, yeah, for sure. They have another really cool. Uh, yeah, they have this cool tournament called the Terminator, and basically the way it works is you have to drop a player every week. Uh, yeah, each week you must terminate one player from your roster. This player will no longer be on your roster for the rest of the season. And then if a player forgets to terminate a player from their team, they're disqualified from the tournament. Pretty cool. 26. Yeah, yeah. It's cool. Yeah, best ball. Yeah, quarterbacks. Yes. Yeah. Now we might have a disgusting uh, dilemma on our hands if Tyreek. Well, I mean, like if Tyreek, wow, Alvin Kamara in the third. Holy shit. Like, yeah, I've heard I don't know, one of the guys from ETR was doing a draft with Pete, and he was saying like in the ETR projections they are the most conservative on Rashid Shaheed, and he's still just like popping on all their stuff. Yeah, I think he's yeah, yeah, I think he's fine. Like if like no, I'm totally indifferent to him. I think he serves his purpose on a team like this where it's like, hey, we need 12 targets a week. You know what I mean? Like just a guaranteed 12 targets a week. Yeah, yeah. Um, are yes. Are we? I mean, how do you feel about Tyreek? I don't want to do it, but it's like there's a point where it's like I think you just have to, considering like the format and the tournament. Like, it's so tough. I think logically you would say like Evans first, then Adams, and then Tyreek. But if you're just shooting to like, we're gonna win, we need to win this tournament, like I think it has to be Tyreek Hill. Okay. Okay. Tyreek goes. We don't have to worry about that. I have a good amount of Ridley in best ball because I'm just like, who else are going to throw to? I mean, that was before it looked like Alec Manor was going to be anything. He's been coming on pretty strong, but it's like still like, fourth round rookie. It's like, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think I'd be pretty happy with Evans. Um, the yeah, I do. So we'll be back up at 70, and he's at 66. Also, I'll say this. I'm okay. Pickens goes. So we'll get either Evans or Devontae here. Do you have any other suggestions? Okay. I added the third guy to the queue. I think I've come around on him a little bit for the for when we come back. Okay. Do you want to take him here or do you want to go Adams here? I'm totally indifferent. Okay. Okay. All right. Adams confirmed. We'll click it. Okay. Well, you would think AJ Brown drafter is going to take Hurts here. You kind of have to. I mean, he's what, 3 spots after ADP? Wow, he took Egbuka. I mean, it makes sense. He's playing chicken. Yeah. I'm out on that. Yeah, I don't want to have to deal with that in a managed league of just like, he got 9 targets in the slowest run heavy offense in the league. Like, I'm good. Wow. The 101 guy took Hurts. That's that's pretty gross, dude. That is pretty gross. I mean, I don't want to say that's what you get for value hounding, but like Egbuka was going to be there at 5-2. I mean, he still could take Devontae Smith right here and just be like, okay, he went Ridley, so never mind. Yep. Okay, JMO made it back. We're good on JMO? Okay. Yeah, I agree. The video I sent yesterday of the coach speak index of just like 4 different coaching clips of just like, yeah, they're just like, we need to get the ball to Jameer Gibbs and Jameson Williams. And I'm like, sick. Sign me up. I I have no idea. I mean, I will say like this is about as good of a 5 round start I probably could have asked for. No, I don't think so either. Like, yeah, I mean, obviously, if I had my choice, I'm not drafting the receiver off a guy who's like needs epidural shots. Or, well, yeah, well, Stafford first, of like, this guy could get hit hard like week 4 and just be done. Like, that's it. You know, he takes a hard sack and he's done for the year. All right, Waddle goes pretty early here. Yeah. Yeah. Just trying to see what else is available. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I was listening to the uh, the ship chasing main event draft 2 nights ago on Friday night. It was Corain, Pete, and Gretch, and they were all pretty bearish on Pearsall because they're like, we're paying a premium for early season production because like at some point like Ayuk's gonna come back, Jawan Jennings is gonna come back, you know, McCaffrey is gonna run routes because he's healthy this year. Yeah, Kittle still exists. Like, yeah. Did you you were talking about? Go ahead. I was saying you were talking about Leone. Yes. Yeah. Did you get that? Did you get that from the tweet, or did you listen to his solo pod? Okay. Yeah. He was talking about